That's very serious.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming for today's session, and for just to give some an insight of Kong as briefed by the speaker just now, that we have evolved for the past 4 years as Kong has started the first conference in 2009, and from 2009 it's worth to mention that for the past 3 years, 2009, 2010, 2011, that we have collaborated with IBBM and with other parties, and we have evolved in the sense that up to the level that has been recognized by international bodies. Worth to mention that FATF and also APG, the assessor of anti-money laundering worldwide, and they have given commendable remarks in terms of seriousness of the country actually handling and managing money laundering during the 3 conferences. And coming to this year, 2012, we are working closely, collaborating with AIF. A reason being that we want to have this conference to cut across the industries, and by doing that, we will benefit in terms of Malaysia in total. And AIF as an umbrella for all the other financial institutions is the right, right association for us to work with for this year. We will be focusing more on insurance fraud, which I think has been requested by the industry, insurance fraud and cyber security. Right? So we hope that participants from within Malaysia, across the industry, and also across other regions that will actually benefit during this conference. In short, I think this year's conference will be something different, and also has given a good mileage in terms of upskilling our compliance officer in Malaysia, so to speak, and also we are giving a lot of opportunity for our people in terms of building their capacity, in terms of imparting the knowledge from the specialists around the world, and also keeping the awareness in terms of insurance fraud and cyber crime.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm very pleased that the media is here today. This is an extremely important issue that we're looking at, and we're building on the work that Kong has done, and they've done some fantastic work in the past. What we're keen to do this time is to make it very international, because actually this is a global issue. This is not an issue for Malaysia or Asia, this is global. We're talking about financial terrorism, we're talking about cybercrime. So you may be happy that the money in your pocket signed by Governor Zeti is real. And I think in Malaysia you can be sure that's the case. So that's the anti-money laundering part. You then might also look in your wallet and find a card, which may even have a chip and PIN device, okay? Again, to give you greater security for purchasing products or taking money from ATMs. In some countries, you'll find that there is huge ATM fraud, and that industry is developing itself, so in a sense, you can be very safe as either a customer of a bank or as an individual consumer. We will also bring in, ideally, somebody from the FBI and a reformed hacker, because these guys are constantly eroding the surveillances that we put in place. And I think that it's a constant battle to keep one step ahead. But we need to do that so you can be sure that the money in your pocket, your credit card, and when you go to your bank and your ATM, or when you go online, because actually now most of the fraud is online and can't even be seen. Okay? So if somebody hacks into a major financial institution and manages to distort the data, your money could disappear like this. Okay? So it's not to make you worried. You should sleep carefully at night, knowing that people like my colleague here and his compatriots are working on this. But this is a very, very real issue. So from an AIF perspective, we're very keen to be taking part in this. We have a remit to build capacity across the financial services industry, from retail banking, Islamic banking, capital markets, and insurance. And hence the reason why we're particularly proud to co-sponsor this.
For the past 3 years, the conferences has evolved in terms of imparting the knowledge to our financial institutions, industries, and also compliance officers. And we have gotten some commendable comments and comments in terms of international recognition of effort taken by Malaysia to combat terrorism financing. And by doing so, we have also lifted the image of Malaysia in terms of seriousness of combating commercial crime and also combating money laundering and terrorism financing. So with the past 3 years conferences, we are actually putting Malaysia to a level that collaborative action and within private and public sector, and this is actually give a better leverage for the country in terms of assessor evaluating Malaysia on how to Malaysia seriously combating AML and also terrorism financing. So I think this year conferences will be more of cutting across the industry, which will be giving a good image and impact to the country at large. Especially we are also combating financial crime like insurance fraud and also cyber securities, which currently is a growing trend. And we hope with this sharing of best practices and specialties from across the globe could have helped a lot of our industries or probably financial institutions combating money laundering and also cyber securities crime. What we intend to do moving forward, probably next year, that we will be having a collaborative in terms of unifying the compliance officer across the industry. For example, stockbroking, capital market, Islamic finance, conventional banking, and also this cyber securities issue. We want to unify this compliance officer under one, which we are working closely with these international bodies and also local regulators to form compliant nation chapters.